Look at this poor guy. Eating rice and eggs again? Where's the steak, old man?
Those words echoed like knives in the chest of David, who didn't know how to react. David was 60 years old, a black man, thin, with skin worn by the sun and by time. He worked as a construction laborer at a building site in downtown Chicago, Illinois. He was a simple man, with a gentle voice, calloused hands, and tired eyes, but full of faith. Every day at noon, he would sit alone in a quiet corner of the construction site, away from the others, carefully opening the lid of his old aluminum lunchbox. Inside was always the same meal: rice, a fried egg, and sometimes a little bit of flour. Before eating, he closed his eyes and whispered, "This is what God provided today, and I am grateful." But one particular day, as he prepared to pray, 3 younger workers noticed what was inside his lunchbox and began to laugh. One of them, Ryan, 25 years old, white, strong build, mocked him. "Look how poor this guy is. Rice and eggs again? Where's the steak, man? You starving or what?" The others burst out laughing. David didn't respond. He simply lowered his eyes, clenched his hands, prayed silently, and ate. A few days later, something unexpected happened. One of the site engineers, a successful, quiet man, approached him during lunch break. He said he had been watching David's respectful behavior, his commitment, and above all, his humility. Then he made him an offer. He wanted to hire David directly to handle maintenance at a high-end condominium in Naperville, Illinois, with a formal contract, fixed salary, and full benefits. David accepted. Months later, he returned to that same construction site where he had been humiliated, but this time driving the modest car he bought through hard work and faith. The young men who had laughed at him were still there. When they saw him, they lowered their heads. David simply said, "Life goes around, boys. The greatest waste of time is offending God Himself." Today, at 60 years old, David supports his family with dignity, and he still helps others who face the same struggles he once did. But God never stopped listening to him. If this story touched your heart, write in the comments, "I believe."